Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are reviewing the newest foundation drop, which is the new Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. The name itself is already setting the bar high because Surreal Skin, you're already telling me the foundation is surreal. So I'm excited to try this out and see how this works on oily skin. So we're gonna put it to the test today. And Makeup by Mario has never let me down. So we're gonna see how this works on my skin, how I like it. So if you guys are interested, please keep on watching. But before we get into the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, turn your post notifications on, add me on Instagram, add me on TikTok, and let's get into the video. So I went ahead and prepped my skin already with my moisturizer, my eye cream, and a primer. Usually, you guys know, whenever I'm testing out foundations, I never like to use a primer just so that I could really see how the foundation works alone. But today, we're doing something a little different because with this foundation, I know it's a luminous foundation, so it's gonna give you that glow. And if you guys already didn't know, I am oily. So typically when I wear foundations like this, it makes me very, very dewy by the end of the day, like glowy to the gods, and it's too much because I'm very oily. So I figured today what I want to do is I want to see if this foundation works for somebody with oily skin like myself. So I paired it with my mattifying MAC primer. I love this primer, 12-hour shine control. So we are going to see how this foundation holds up for somebody with oily skin like me, because I'm telling you guys, if I am too dewy, as much as I like the formula, I'm not going to love it, because I cannot be shining like that. So we're gonna put it to the test today. So this is for all my oily skin friends out there. I get you. Price point is $55, which is a reasonable price. I feel like that's an average foundation cost. Shade range, 30 shades. I feel like there could be more, but hey, I'm gonna give Mario the benefit of the doubt that he started off with 30. I feel like he will add more. I just have that faith in Mario. Like, I feel like Mario knows what he's doing. If you didn't already know, I am a huge fan of Makeup by Mario. So I just believe he's gonna add more. So you know what? Let's leave it at that. Natural finish, it's hydrating, it's long wearing, medium coverage. I love a full coverage. I am a full coverage queen. I say this in every video, I swear. So we're gonna see if it builds. It says it's buildable, and we're about to build it to full. So on here, like I said, it's natural finish. I typically like a matte finish, but sometimes I like to glow a little. So natural finish could work for me. It says it's a breathable, luminous foundation that effortlessly blends and builds to illuminate the complexion with customizable long wearing coverage. I love long wearing because you guys know me. I am always doing something. I'm working at the club, at my day job, out. I'm always doing something, so I need a long wear. Okay. It has perfecting powders, which works with skin's natural texture for a smooth and enhanced finish. Grapeseed oil and squalene provides restoring moisturizing benefits. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's try this on. So you see these pumps? These are like the brand new, never used before pump. When like you have to pump it a few times. I love that. So this is what it looks like. Remember, this is the 12-0. I need you guys to remember what shade it is, because sometimes people will be coming for me in the comments being like, why didn't you say what shade it is? And I'm always like, girl, I did say it. I said it quite a few times. I just don't think you were paying attention. So let's make it clear again. 12-0 is what I'm wearing. So this is what it looks like. It feels very smooth on the hands, like very smooth, very glossy. Okay, now let's try it on. I like wearing my foundations typically with a brush. I don't really like the Beauty Blender on my face too much, just once in a while. I feel like the brush gives me more coverage, so that's what we're gonna do. She's feeling very light, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but let's see how this coverage is. As you guys can see, I do have a little bit of pigmentation here because I got a pimple a few weeks ago and I popped it, even though I shouldn't have, and now I have this little scar. So I need to make sure that gets covered. Okay, this is just with a little bit on. The color, I really like the color. I feel like the color is perfection. Coverage so far, this is giving me no makeup look. Like, I feel like it looks like my skin still, but better, but I can still see my pigmentation underneath. So I'm gonna add a lot more onto here. Let's see how well this builds, because I really need that coverage there. Okay, it's building. It's building, but I'm still thinking I need more because I can still see a little bit through there. So I feel like I'm gonna have to use a lot of product. So we're on pump number 3 now. I'm gonna add more here. I didn't even add any on my forehead. My forehead I feel like doesn't need much. I don't really have like pigmentation on my forehead or my nose or my chin. It's mainly my cheeks. So that's usually where a lot of my makeup product goes. I really like the feeling of it in terms of it not being thick. Although I don't mind a thick foundation, but it feels very lightweight, which is always good. Definitely medium coverage. I still feel like I need to go in with more because it's not giving me the full coverage effect. So we're gonna do another pump. This is my 4th pump. I feel like this will be enough after this pump. So I'm gonna concentrate it on my cheeks. What I could always do is use like a full coverage concealer to spot treat and then put this on. I feel like that would work really well instead of, you know, putting on so much product. But for the sake of the video, I just wanted to see how it builds up to a full coverage. But if I was to wear this on a daily, I definitely would be using a full coverage concealer because we're wasting a lot of product right now. Okay, so let me move in closer. This is what it looks like. I've used about 4 pumps of foundation. Let me have a little sip of my tea. If you guys didn't already notice, I'm getting a little sick, so I am trying to prevent it before I actually get full on sick. Okay, so my initial thoughts are, I love the color. I think the color is very, very close to my skin. If you take a look at my neck, I feel like it's like spot on. So the color, perfection. As for the coverage, I definitely feel like I had to add a lot to build it up to this. Like 4 pumps is a lot of foundation, but it looks really nice. It feels very lightweight. It doesn't feel thick. Sometimes full coverage foundations feel a little bit thicker, and I know some people don't like that. I personally don't mind, but this foundation itself is very, very lightweight. It looks like skin. I feel like it looks very subtle on me. It's giving me the coverage, but it still looks like my skin. It looks very glowy, very healthy, but not overly glowy. And I noticed that in the packaging, there's shimmer. I don't know if the foundation has shimmer or if it's the bottle that has shimmer. I'm assuming it's the foundation that does, but on my face, I'm not seeing any shimmer or any like particles of anything, like no reflex. I'm not sure what that is, but I was a little worried it'd be shimmer and there's nothing. So far I like it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup. So I'm gonna use my concealer under my eyes. I'm gonna set it with a powder. I'm gonna just finish my entire makeup look, and then I'm gonna come back on here and let you guys know my thoughts. All right, so I finished my makeup and this is what it looks like. So one thing I will say that I've noticed already is the undertone. I chose an olive undertone because when I swatched all the warms, they were way too deep and way too orange for me. I couldn't find anything that worked. So the olive tone was the only one that worked. But when I put it on, I almost feel like it makes me look a little dull. I prefer warmer because it's more yellow, just more warmth to my skin tone. So the olive, I feel like this color works, but it's just looking a little dull, if you know what I mean. I don't know, maybe it's just me. So the color is kind of like growing on me. I'm not like in love with the color. As for the formula, it feels super lightweight, which I like. It doesn't even feel like I'm wearing anything. The coverage, I feel like it's there. It's definitely giving full coverage. So the coverage is great so far. The only thing I'm noticing is I feel like my texture is kind of a little bit more apparent with this foundation. I don't know. I kind of feel like my texture is kind of showing through a little bit more here than it usually does with other foundations. So this is how I feel so far on my initial reaction. I am going to run my errands. I'm actually about to go get a tooth gem on my tooth. So when I come back, you guys will see my tooth gem. So I'm gonna go get that done, run a bunch of errands because New Year's is coming up and you already know your girl's gonna be at the club. So I gotta go get all my appointments in. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come back and then we will talk about how it looks after hours and give our final review. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so it has been 7 hours of me wearing this foundation. I finished doing my errands. I went and got my little tooth gem, and now I am ready to talk about the foundation. So what I'm gonna say is, let me come in a little closer to show you guys. This is what it looks like. I haven't done any touch-ups, no powder to touch up, no blotting paper, nothing. Like, this is literally how it's been ever since I stopped filming. As for the consistency, I always said it was always lightweight. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing makeup. It doesn't feel like thick or heavy or anything like that. Coverage, I like it. I like how it looks. I feel like my skin looks really good. It looks very healthy. It looks very glowy, but you guys know I'm oily. And even after 7 hours, you can still see it has a glow, but I'm not like super glowy. When I tried the House Labs foundation, I found that by the end of the day, I was very glowy to the point that I just feel like it didn't work with my oily skin. But this one works. Like, I like it. I love the glow. And as you guys know, I use the mattifying primer with it. So I feel like that definitely helped, but you can still see the glow is still coming through. In terms of coverage, I like a very full coverage. This is buildable. It does build to a full coverage. However, I feel like it does take a little bit of work. I used 4 pumps to get to this coverage. I feel like I could definitely skip that by using like maybe a full coverage concealer on like little spots and then the foundation. I think that would work better next time. I feel like this is what I would wear as my winter foundation. During the summer, I don't think I would like it because, again, I'm oily. I like a very matte finish. Overall, that's everything I have to say. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. What are your thoughts? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.